Well, hi, welcome to round 5 of the Great American Stamp Show. You are at Stampin' Shine with Julie Salva, and I'm Julie Salva. I'm so glad that you stopped by. You want to see the set we're working with? Just my type. You want to see what I did with it? Let's go. All right, let's get going. So we're working with the stamp set, Just My Type, and my challenge here was that I wanted to find something that hadn't been done before. There's so many cute cards out there featuring this stamp set, but I thought, how can I find something that's different? So are you ready to see my different take? Here we go. It is a pop-up card. What is it? I don't even remember the name, so I'm gonna make one up. It is the pop-up base awesomeness card. The pop-up base awesomeness card. You can see, now this isn't the angle you want, but you can see that it stands up. This is the angle from that. And then it also fits into an envelope simply by pushing it up like so. So, you ready to see how to make it? Let's go. So the first thing that you want to do, I'm going to go on and set it over here to the side. First thing you want to do is get your materials. So I am using a piece of bubble bath cardstock. That's going to be my base. It's cut to 4 1/4 by 11, and it's so easy to score this because that is something you have to do. You have to score, and you guys, you can score. So let's get our scoring blade out and let's get to scoring. So I'll set this up here. Now I've shown you before, with me, I can never remember which one is my scoring blade, what color. So I have used a Sharpie and just put a little dot or an X on my scoring blade so I don't have to think about it. Here's where you're gonna score, and I'll put these dimensions up in the post. You're gonna score at 1 inch, 2 3/4. You guys, I'm telling you, you are gonna be so proud of yourself when you make this. I know right now some of you are thinking, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. 3 3/4, 5 1/2, 7 1/4, 8 1/4. All the numbers. And you guys, you know I don't math, but this is not hard. And then 10. Okay, so I'm going to repeat them again, but I will put them in the description. 1, 2 3/4, 3/4, 5 1/2, 7 1/4, 8 1/4, and 10. Now, here's what you're going to do. Fold it in half, and you'll see we folded this here. This is right on that 5 1/2 inch score line. This is the only part that you might think could be a little bit tricky, because what we want to do is we want to cut a slit in here. And I want to allow a 1/2 inch on either side. So remember, if you've seen my other videos, I'm going to line this up so that the score line is in the track here. Okay, so it runs even there. If you've seen some of my other videos, I've mentioned that there's a little arrow, a little line on both ends here. And so with these numbers right here, I can see that the width here is 4 1/4 inches. If I want a 1/2 inch on either side, I'm going to go to 4 inches, line that little line up right there at the 4, and then cut all the way up to the 1/2 inch mark here. And look, ta-da, ta-da. Now here's the thing. When you guys make this card on your own, I want you to say ta-da as well. If you don't say ta-da, it's not the same experience, all right? So this is our base. Now I'm just going to fold up on all of those other score lines as well. You can use your bone folder if you want to. I always recommend using your bone folder. I think that you'll find that it makes everything kind of work a little bit better, but yeah, and you can see how quick it is. This card I have found really works pretty well on its own, even without the bone folder. And normally I would never say that because I'm such a big fan of a bone folder. So let's just go on and use it. I don't want the bone folder to feel left out of the project. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put this aside for right now. Okay, we're going to come back. I'm going to show you how to construct it. Super, super easy. But let's set it aside right now. So I am using a Lost Lagoon mat for my focal piece. And this is 5 by 3 1/4 inches. And I am using a piece of DSP that is cut to, let's make sure I say it right, 3 by 2 3/4, but I'm going to tell you what, honestly, 3 by 3 works just fine as well, okay? Now, when I saw this paper, and this is from Delightfully Eclectic, I really wasn't that pleased with it, but I looked at it and I thought, I love that heart. I love that they have colored that heart in with the bubble bath color. And so I grabbed my blends and I'm going to go on and color in a few more, because I really think it's cute. At first, I mean, I liked this print, but it wasn't one that was like my very, very favorite. But when I saw that heart, I was like, I can make this work. And I don't know if you saw my post earlier today, but I actually had another card designed. And I was up at like 12:31 in the morning, and I'm like, I just don't like that card. I don't like it. And I got up and I went upstairs and I thought, I'm making another one. And this is the result. Now, I've taken a piece of basic white. I've cut it to 4 3/4 by 3, and then I have used the, let me see if I can get it so you can see it well, the Timeless Type embossing folder on it. If you're like, I can't really see that, then that's the point. I don't want you to be able to see a ton of it. I just want it to be there to give a little bit of texture, okay? So I'm just lining it up inside my 2 3/8 circle punch, and I'm punching out that circle. Now I can tell you what, I'm gonna keep this because I will use this piece on something else. I can promise you that. So this is going to be adhered right behind the circle. Now you might be thinking, Julie, I remember when you did that for another project, and you would be right. One of the things that I really like is when I find a layout that I like, I just keep it. If I find a layout that I like, I keep it, because I'm gonna tell you, it makes it so much easier for me to just keep duplicating layouts with different papers, different colors, and they look different every time. So if you're like, I don't remember that layout, Julie, go back and look at the very first GAS video. Remember, GAS stands for Great American Stampin Show. As a side note, I did not win. I did not win on that one. Came in second. I keep coming in second. I've won once. I have an amazing crown from Amazon. An amazing crown from Amazon, but I've only won once. Hoping today changes that. So this is going to be my insert, okay? This is going to be the pop-up part. Now I've got a couple other things that I need to do. I want to stamp my sentiment. My sentiment is, you hold the key to my heart. And I'm going to go on and pull these pieces off because I'll use those in a minute. So you hold the key to my heart. I am going to stamp that in basic gray. I tried this with the Memento Black, and it was a little bit harsh. So I thought I could go to basic gray, I think, and get the job done, which is what I did. This piece is 3/4 by 3. I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I don't know if I got it straight. If I didn't, I'm going to use the magic paper. Ah, it's perfect. Okay, my sentiment. You hold the key to my heart. Notice I stamped it off to the left side. The reason for that is because there's a stamp set or set of dies that I really like, and it is called Wonderful Thoughts. And that set of dies has 2 hearts in it. A smaller one that I'm getting ready to use here, and a larger one that you'll see me use in a minute. But I went ahead and took one die out, and I'm gonna put that there, okay? So that's my sentiment, and I can actually go on and put it right here. So might as well, huh? So I'll put a little bit of adhesive. I use my silicone mat because I get adhesive all over the place. So right on either end. And then I'm gonna put this right over the top here, okay? You hold the key to my heart. All right, so that's what we've got there. Now, we gotta move on, gotta do a few more things. I've got some white scrap here. I have, let me move that, my typewriter, okay? Now, all I'm stamping is the typewriter. I'm not stamping any paper or anything like that, and you'll see that. I also wanna show you something with this. You wanna make sure that you get some really great ink on here. Sometimes with these bold image stamps, you get splotches, and if I get a splotch here, I'm kind of hoping I do, I want to show you a strategy for, oh, I didn't. Just that good. But I'm going to show you a strategy anyway for defeating the splotch. You want to learn it? Hold on a sec. Let me grab a wipe. So defeating the splotch. I've shared in videos before, so here's a tip for you, that when stamps are made, they're put into like a die mold, almost like a cookie mold or a cupcake holder, something like that. And if you think about cupcakes, when you make them, what do? You spray the pan so that way the cake, the cupcake, whatever, it comes out easily. Well, when stamps are made and they go into the mold, it's the same thing. What happens though is that when the stamps come out of the mold, sometimes and that sounds gross, doesn't it, to say mold? Let me say pattern making thing, okay? Pattern making thing. Sometimes there's still some of that residue on it from the ingredient that was placed in there to make the rubber come out better, or to make the photopolymer come out better. If you're stamping a solid image stamp, okay, and that's one where most of the image is covered by ink, all you need to do is take a nail file or a sanding block. We used to sell them. We don't anymore, but you can get it at a beauty supply store. But just a gentle sanding block, and just kind of cross hatch over it. Now you don't want to go real hard, okay? But just cross hatch over it. What will happen is that the residue that's left on your stamp will come off, and you're going to get a much better image. The reason I got a much better image right here is because I had already done that. So I'm going to fussy cut this out. Now normally I run screaming from fussy cutting. I'm like, no, I'm not good at it. And I don't think I'm a great fussy cutter. But I'm gonna tell you what, this little typewriter helps me out. I don't know what it is, but I can kind of fussy cut this joker. So fussy cutting. Are you a fussy cutter? Do you guys like it, or do you not? I used to like it. I don't know. Now I guess as I've gotten a little bit older, maybe. I don't know why. Maybe I don't see, well, I know I don't see as well, but nonetheless, fussy cutting, okay? And I'll go all the way around. And end up there. I'm gonna go right back here and trim that down a little bit. That's just a little high. Okay, there. Okay, so typewriter is fussy cut out. Now, here's what I want to do with this. I wanted my different thing. I thought, you know what, we have so many things with the sheets coming out and all. I wanted something different. So this is what I did. I took, remember those hearts I told you about earlier from the dies, what did I say they were called again? Wonderful Thoughts dies. Okay. I went ahead and did 3 of those. And remember, both these dies, the large heart and the smaller one, were in the die set. And then I took a window sheet and I cut it down to 3/4 inches, and I'm going to go to about 3 inches here. I can measure it if I wanted to, but I know what I'm doing. I really don't need to. Okay. Now, observe. I am going to put some glue dots. I think those hold window sheets pretty good. I'm going to put some glue dots on the end of the window sheet. There's one, and see how it comes right up with it? If you guys hear anything at the door, that is my dog Fiona. I put her outside for this, and she is not pleased about it. Our other dog Finley doesn't care. But Fiona, she wants to be right in the center of things. Okay, so I've got the glue dots on here, and I am just going to put this right behind the typewriter there, okay? So I've got that. Now I'm gonna take these hearts and kind of lay them out. See, I want the hearts to look like they're coming out of the typewriter. Remember the sentiment I stamped that said, you hold the key to my heart? So let's just give it a lot of hearts, okay? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, let me put some adhesive on the back of these hearts. And notice not all of the heart is going to be stuck to the window sheet. So I'm not putting adhesive all over the heart. I'm just putting adhesive on the part that is going to stick. So put a little bit up here. Then I'll get my little mini heart here. Put it here. You guys, look how easy this is. And it's, I mean, you're really going to be amazed. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And you really can't even notice the window sheet. And it just looks like the heart is coming out of the typewriter. So this is like going to be my main focal point as well. So my stamping is done. Let me get rid of this. Okay. All right. Let me show you now how to put together this box. Okay. So you can see it's going to go really easily here. Like so, okay? All I did is I took these last 2 inch pieces And I'm going to adhere them together. But don't do it yet, because you got something more important to do first. But this is going to be the base of the box. But I've got to get this. Remember my pop-up piece I told you about? So how do I do that? Like so. I'm going to stick it in here, right through that slit. Okay. And then I am going to take these two pieces. Okay. And actually, I'm going to go this way. Give me a second here. I know how to do it. I made it. Don't panic. Okay, here we go. And this one is going to adhere right there. Okay. So it's going to adhere to the front of the heart, or in front of the, oh, come on, adhesive, come on. And I'm just putting it all the way across here. Okay. I'm going to put in, you can always, I mean, you want to finagle just to make sure that you're getting it right. So that one's going to go here. You guys know I'm the queen of finagle, right? And then I'm going to put this right up here, like so. See how it's coming through now? And then I'm just going to adhere this other side. Okay, so the first one is the one that's only a little bit tricky, but if you just position it, you'll be fine. Okay, and the other side is just adhered right here. Look at there, look, just like that. And look, this can fold up. And you can see how it will fit inside an envelope. So let's put all of our final pieces together, okay? So I've got my typewriter with my hearts. I'm gonna put some adhesive on the bottom of the typewriter, not on all of it, because not all of it's gonna be adhered. And I'm gonna put that right there. So you can see all the key to my heart, and all those hearts are floating around. I'm going to take some black and white gingham thread because it's my favorite. I'm gonna weave it right in here. You probably could have tied this ahead of time if you wanted to. I didn't, but you can do it this way. It's not a big deal, okay? So I'll wrap it and pull it, tie a bow. And now what am I doing? So I got my bow tied. What is my word? I'm going to finagle. Can we say finagle? I'm gonna finagle my bow and trim down my edges. I know you're like, Julie, you use a lot of ribbon. You guys have heard my philosophy on that before. I am not freaking out about ribbon being too short. I think I'm gonna color one more heart up here. Just really like that contrast there. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. And then finally, throw on some bling. Now here's the thing. You've noticed, you're like, well, Julie, put bling all over. If you put bling all over, you kind of get yourself into a situation that could be tricky because remember what I said, this piece slides down. So you can't have bling, dimensionals, things like that that are gonna make it difficult for it to slide down into that slit. So that's why you'll notice I didn't really use any dimensionals. And this is the adhesive backed sequins. They're not really high. You know what I mean? How sometimes some of the bling is high. You guys, that's so cute. My typewriter's a little bit crooked. I know, breathe, breathe, breathe. It's all good. You guys, don't be afraid to move your paper around. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, this is it. You hold the key to my heart. And now I want to mail it to somebody. So I'm just going to send it on in through the slit. Come on, buddy. Let's go. And there we go. It lies flat to mail. It's so cute. I love this card. And then pop it up again. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in a second. So what do you think? Did you love it? I love it. Here's what you need to do. You need to vote. How do you do that? You watch all 4 of the videos and then you hit like on the video that you think should win. Y'all, I want to wear my crown again. Hey, thanks for stopping by and we'll let you know next week who wins. Bye.